Welcome to your math e-learning for Wednesday, April 22nd. We're going to click on the link for our module. Today we're going to continue with order of operations. To start off today, you are going to take a 4-question order of operations check for understanding. You have 3 attempts and to get 100%, and if for some reason you do not, I will be making some small groups and we'll meet on Microsoft Teams to kind of go over and make sure we're understanding how to follow our order of operations correctly. After you're finished with your check for understanding today, you are being asked to create a project with order of operations by creating a clock. So you're going to create a clock and you're going to make up expressions for the hours of that are located on the clock. So for instance, I gave you an example of 12 o'clock, and my expression when I go and solve it using the correct order of operations will equal 12. There's a video on the next portion, which is in your assignment, that shows one way how I chose to set up my expression to hopefully help you get started. Your task, your clock must have 8 expressions, 1 for 8 of the 12 hours on the clock. So you only have to choose 8 times out of 12. So thinking 1 through 12, which of those 8 times would you like to create an expression for? And your expression must include 3 or more operations: multiply, divide, add, or subtract. You have to include a minimum of 2 expressions with parentheses. So 2 of your expressions that you create out of your 8 must have parentheses or brackets. And then a minimum of 3 of your expressions must include an exponent. It doesn't mean that they can't exceed that, but that is your minimum. You can create these in several different ways. You can hand draw them. You can cut items out of a magazine to help you. You can use the computer to create. I made mine actually using my Cricut and use my design space to make my circle and the hands and type out my expression. You can use a clock around your house that you already have. Create your expressions on note cards and either gently tape onto the clock or around it, and then take a picture. To turn in your assignment today, you're taking a picture of your clock, whether you're handwriting it or you're cutting shapes out or using the computer or note cards, and you are going to upload that picture to Canvas. I also included some examples at the bottom of this document. The first one is a really good representation of when we've renamed numbers. So you're showing lots of different ways to rename. The middle clock is an example using square root, and then the last one is a much higher level math. Again, these are just examples to give you an idea of how you can set up your clock, not necessarily examples of how to create an expression. So just kind of an idea to think, oh, maybe my clock could look like this. On the next part of your module, this is where you will upload a picture of your clock. So I've linked the document here. Please make sure you are watching the video. This is only one way that you can create your expression, but hopefully it kind of helps to jumpstart your brain if you're feeling stuck. You'll upload a submission of your picture of your clock. And then lastly, you are going to be creating a Flipgrid. You're going to choose to explain one of your 8 expressions and how you chose to make it. So what was the process that you went through to create that expression so it equaled the time that you chose on the clock? So maybe it was for 3 o'clock or 7 o'clock or 9 o'clock. But you're only choosing one to explain how you went through your process. And once you've uploaded your video, you are done for your Math E-Day. I hope you have a wonderful day today, and I look forward to seeing you on our Zoom.